This is TWiT.
2 weeks from today, according to the Wall Street Journal.
Have the invites gone out?
No.
Andy?
No. In a week they'll go out.
It's too early. Apple won't give us this much notice. Andy and I'd be walking already.
Well, it's really like a week ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
So we got to get you a subscription to the Wall Street Journal there, Carson. I can see you're getting cut off.
This was a very nervous story for me. Like you're reading this. So CNBC had the same story, but they just said September 12th. And the Wall Street Journal added this color to it saying that it was going to be at the Steve Jobs Theater.
Yes.
But the Steve Jobs Theater may not be finished in time, so they might change the date and or location.
Yeah, that was right at the bottom of the article. However, should the Jobs Theater not be done, they could do it somewhere else. Yeah,
I'm into town hall, Leo. Like really 500 of us just standing nose to nose in town hall.
Well, that's part of the problem is I don't know if you can book the Bill Graham Auditorium on such short notice. Maybe Tuesdays are not a busy day.
The advantage for Bill Graham, as far as I remember, is that they didn't need as much time. For some of the other venues, they were required by union rules or something to get extra days before, and they didn't want to leave the venues open for as long as Apple wanted to just work on them. They thought it was bad for their image if they weren't seen as busy all year. So Apple came to an agreement with Bill Graham, but that's still, like you said, a lot of headway.
Here is the latest drone footage with the Steve Jobs Theater prominently featured. Let's see. Are they done? Are they ready?
Can you see the iPhone in it?
Can you see the iPhone? All the solar panels are in. And we know staff's moving in, right? Look at that. They've kind of got, there's the lobby. Let me get rid of this picker here. There's the lobby, and they've got, the little trees in there and stuff, and lights and candles and things. But there's still equipment. And look at the, wait a minute. I'm going to go back a little bit here. See the grass? The grass is kind of in, they have a lawn. Look at that. Is that synthetic or lawn? Well, as we were saying, you could roll out turf pretty quickly. That, wouldn't take.
It would take them a week to put turf out. I mean, it wouldn't be much to do it. And that's the way you do it. You don't want to seed things anymore.
No, you just buy the turf. Let me jump ahead to the
unless Johnny is laying it by hand, cutting it by eye, bespoke lawn fitting.
Although that is kind of an interesting data point. Like Alex says, you put down the lawn as the last thing you do when you're expecting people in or when you're expecting to show it off,
right? Because
you don't know that the lawn will be beautiful and green and perfect for a week. You don't know what it's going to look like in a couple of weeks until it roots in and takes. So that, I don't know, maybe that's an indication that they're planning for a lot of important people to be seeing that in person, not through a drone camera.
I feel like this could be done. This is late August.
I think if it was at all, that's late August. It doesn't.
The guy's sweeping. They got people sweeping. That usually means the major construction's done. They can see there's a guy mopping and a guy sweeping.
I know all the press want to be there. That's where everyone wants to go. So.
I've actually I contacted people at Apple. Said, what do I need to do? Who do I need to bend a knee to get in there? See that?
You can't use Skype with your laptop.
Well, I said I promise not to be rude and break any rules, and I don't know. I feel like they're close. But it's the point you made, Andy, last week was, well, do you mind bringing people in when there's patently unfinished stuff around? I think that looking at this, 2 weeks from now, you could have an event there.
They could get it in shape. It's certainly no accident that the Steve Jobs Theater is, again, it's not inside the campus. It's way on the side so that, again, a car can come in off the highway, go in there, and not really be on the campus itself. So, again, if it were really important to them, they could get it looking presentable, even if it only had to look presentable for a week.
Right.
The question is that I could make the argument either way that Apple is the sort of company that says, hey, this building is going to be here for 50 years. We're going to be here for 50 years. There's going to be a first event at some point. It doesn't have to be this one. Or I could also see them saying that, well, we're very proud of this achievement. And even though we can't show off the entire campus at this point to Architectural Digest or to Stephen Levy, now that all the pictures have been hung, let's at least show people why we're so proud and so excited about this. Yeah. So I honestly don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. Part of it, of course, is this issue of not only do you have to book a different venue, but you have to set it up. Yeah. And usually, when do they start putting up banners and putting paper on the windows and stuff like that? Usually around now, right?
Towards the end. I think they do the beginnings. Yeah. Like for the Bill Graham Center, famously they put in air conditioning for the entire venue.
Yeah, but a lot of that'll happen a week before. I don't think they would need to do it before.
A week would be enough
for just
time.
an event.
Yeah.
WWDC takes longer to build up, but I think that the just for an event, I mean, a typical event production, if you weren't adding air conditioning, people would start loading in 3 days before the event.
Okay, and you would, Alex would know, by the way, he does big events like this all the time at Pixel.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think that they would need to start loading in until after Labor Day to start making that happen, and they probably send out the invitations will probably go out before they started loading in anywhere. To kind of get that over with is my guess, and I think that they made a decision about where they were going to be, in June. Like in or July, like I don't think that they're not. We may be talking about it. They're not going to rush the finish. Apple's not going to rush the construction or rush anything for them to just do it there.
The whole point of building this, and by the way, the Wall Street Journal said 1,000 seats, which is comparable in size to the Bill Graham, right?
It's smaller.
It's a little smaller. Yeah, but they don't use all that. I mean, the last time they had an event
you don't use the mezzanine.
I think it was 1,500 people.
Yeah, bigger. Yeah.
Oh well, there was a lot of Apple engineers and a huge demo area.
Right.
And there's no reason the thing to remember is that you'll have millions of people watching the live stream. Anything over 300 people is just optics.
Yeah. I do think that there's one of the priorities is we have to have enough bodies in there so that we get a lot of crowd noise.
Right.
That is it's no good. It's no good to have
the press sits on their hands.
Well, because the press aren't cheerleaders. The press are taking notes and press are, doing their jobs. So I would think that that's part of their priority too. That if they can get more bodies, more cheering, again, more, and also to be less cynical about it, the Apple employees are really pleased to be at that place too. They're proud of the work they did. So more people who worked on this, they get to be at the event. It's like a field trip day from school. So.
And 2 years ago, they also made a conscious choice to have a bigger demo area because of the Apple TV. So they needed all those, I think it was 10 mock living rooms. And also they wanted international press. So there was less U.S. press, which caused, consternation amongst U.S. media, but a lot more Chinese and Asian and European press at the event. So
and if the rumors are accurate, we're going to see a lot of new products, including a new Apple TV. So you're going to see a new Apple Watch. You're going to see 3, not 2, but 3 new iPhones, an Apple Watch, an Apple TV. You might want some demo space. I don't know. I mean, what we're not seeing in these images is what's downstairs. This is the entryway, but you see you go down escalators on either side. Yeah.
And that's where the demo area might be.
All this stuff is below. We don't know what's down there or what shape it's in.
To me, that's one of the most fascinating areas of the new campus, next to Johnny Ive land, because how sticklers they are for detail, how much they like control, and also how far they're willing to go during a press event to make sure that things are just so. Now imagine that they're building a bespoke theater specifically for Apple's needs, and it's not Game of Thrones premiere night parties. It's going to be there's going to be really good green room areas so that when Elvis Costello comes in, he has a very lovely place to stay. It's going to be easier when you have private briefings for some press to make sure that they get corralled off without having to diss other members of the press by removing them bodily, having an archangel drop in and send Renee to walk towards the light and stuff like that. It's and like I said earlier, I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't do a Disneyland sort of thing where there is, again, a very well-appointed tunnel from the theater to the main campus so that, again, Tim and the rest can just simply get in and get out without having to go through crowds.
Yes, right. They emerge.
Not just for privacy, but just for speed, that they're not going to be delayed.
In the stage, they come up and they emerge standing in the stage in a puff of smoke. And then when they're done, they disappear into the stage and it's gone and they're gone.
Well, I just wonder if they're going to roll out the teleporters where they just teleport onto
Beam
the stage.
them in.
You're like,
so here's the thing to look for. Is there heavy machinery? Is there any equipment in the vicinity of the theater? And I'm going to jump back a little bit so you could see the actual
And what was the
vicinity.
date on this post?
This one is, it says late August. So I think I'm going to go back a little bit more.
It seems
see,
like
I don't see any earth-moving equipment around here. I don't see any heavy machinery. There is a little lift, but that would be used to clean windows or something like that. There's a tractor. You know what? I think they're done with the heavy machinery in that area.
Well, I understand they also saved a lot of time by moving just the headstones and leaving the bodies there, which is not going to. And they
it is on an old Indian grave site, and I understand it will be haunted for every event. No, I'm just kidding.